very cold night, and Jim Allen recited some poems which tingled my back. I remember it, and it still tingles it today. And we got him here, and he's finally going to record it for me, which I greatly appreciate.
Well, I'll
Jim.
record
Thank you.
a little bit. Thanks, Pete. Never call it poetry. Taking it back to 1800s, both Banjo Patterson and Henry Lawson recorded bush ballads and just good Aussie verse. And when you think of those early days, I might even say things like when men were men and women were grateful, but you're not allowed to say things like that today. But if you look back at that time when Australia was being opened up and they went up over the Blue Mountains, and the squatters took up the land rights and the drovers took the sheep and cattle down the great stock routes of Australia, and you remember tracks like the Udinadatta track and the Birdsville track and the Canning stock route over in Western Australia. They were the great stock routes, and they took their sheep all the way down to the Murray River and then floated them down on the old wool steamers down to Adelaide and the ports there, and shipped them off on those great sea galleons, and off to England our wool went. In the old Bulletin magazine, Henry Lawson and Banjo Patterson fought each other, and I love their verse and enjoy reciting it. And one of my favourites, of course, is of a drover called Clancey. And Patterson penned, I'd written him a letter which I had, for want of better knowledge, sent to where I met him down the Lachlan years ago. He was shearing when I knew him, so I sent the letter to him just on spec, addressed as follows: Clancey at the Overflow. And an answer came directed in a writing unexpected, for I think the same was written with a thumbnail dipped in tar. 'Twas his shearing mate who wrote it, and verbatim I'll quote it: Clancy's gone to Queensland droving, and we don't know where he are. In my wild erratic fancy, visions come to me of Clancey on a droving down the Cooper where the western drovers go. As a stocker slowly stringing, Clancey rides behind them singing, for the drover's life has pleasures that the townsfolk never know. And the bush hath friends to meet him, and their kindly voices greet him in the murmur of the breezes and the river on its bars. And he sees a vision splendid of the sunlit plains extended, and at night the wondrous glory of the everlasting stars. I am sitting in my dingy little office, where a stingy ray of sunlight struggles feebly down between the houses tall, and the fitted air and gritty through the open windows spreads its foulness over all. And in place of lowing cattle, I can hear the fiendish rattle of the tramway and the buses making hurry down the street, and the sounds are uninviting of the gutter children fighting, comes fitfully and faintly through the ceaseless stamp of feet. And the hurrying people daunt me, and their pallid faces haunt me as they shoulder one another in their rush and eager haste. Oh, look, I've lost it. You've got me too late, Pete. In their rush and nervous haste, with their eager eyes and greedy, and their stunted forms and weedy, for townsfolk have no time to grow, they've no time to waste. And I somehow rather fancy that I'd like to change with Clancey, like to take a turn at droving where the seasons come and go, while he faced the round eternal of the cash book and the journal. Doubt he'd suit the office. Clancey of the Overflow. Yeah, Banjo. There you go.
Thank you, Jim.
You'll be able to hear it.
Greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Well done, Jimmy.
You'll have to send it to me.